A woman should live with modesty, for it is the crown of her character and the foundation of her dignity. Modesty is not a weakness, but the highest form of self-respect, a radiant veil that guards her honor and reflects her inner strength. She should learn to protect her soul by speaking with wisdom, dressing with decency, and walking with grace, for true beauty shines not through adornments, but through humility. When a woman values her inner worth above the shallow praises of the world, she strengthens her self-respect and earns the lasting admiration of those around her. The Holy Quran beautifully reminds, "And tell the believing women to lower their gaze and guard their chastity and not display their adornment except what is apparent thereof." Surah An-Nur 24:31. This verse teaches that modesty begins not in clothing alone, but in attitude, speech, and the purity of the heart. When a woman adopts modesty, she honors not only herself, but also her Creator, who has blessed her with both beauty and intellect. Integrity, on the other hand, is the fortress of her moral being. It means being true to her faith, her values, and her word, even when no one is watching. A woman who upholds integrity refuses to bend before worldly temptations or social pressures. She does not compromise her principles for fleeting pleasure or fame. Rather, she stands firm, like a mountain unshaken by the winds of time. Integrity gives her inner peace, for her conscience remains pure and her heart steadfast in righteousness. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Modesty is a part of faith." Sahih Muslim. And he also said that when you feel no shame, then do whatever you wish. Sahih al-Bukhari. These sacred teachings remind us that modesty and integrity are not just virtues, they are shields that protect the believer's soul from disgrace and the chaos of an immoral world. A respectable woman should also be mindful of her responsibilities, not only toward herself, but toward her family. She should remember that her character reflects upon her parents. When she behaves with dignity, speaks politely, and dresses decently, she honors her upbringing and brings joy to those who nurtured her. Every word she speaks, every step she takes, represents the values instilled by her home. Such a woman becomes a reflection of her parents' prayers, a living proof of their love and guidance. The Quran says, "And we have enjoined upon man care for his parents. His mother carried him with hardship and gave birth to him with hardship." Surah Luqman 31:14. This verse teaches that gratitude toward parents is a sacred duty. When a daughter lives with modesty and integrity, she not only safeguards her honor, but becomes a source of pride for her family. Her virtue uplifts her home, making her parents respected in society. Yet, modesty is not isolation. It is strength combined with grace. A modest woman can be educated, eloquent, confident, and ambitious, while still rooted in her moral values. True empowerment does not come from imitation of others, but from realizing her divine purpose. A woman of faith walks with dignity, knowing that her worth is defined not by fashion, fame, or followers, but by her connection with Allah Almighty. She should also cultivate compassion and care. For modesty and integrity are not only about self-protection, but also about serving others with a pure heart. When she offers respect to elders, kindness to peers, and guidance to those younger, she becomes a source of light in her home and community. Her gentle speech and warm actions turn her presence into comfort for those around her. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The best among you are those who are best to their women." Tirmidhi. This hadith honors the place of women in Islam, for through their modesty, patience, and nurturing love, they shape the very foundation of moral society. A woman's strength lies not in rebellion against nature, but in harmony with it. She carries within her the sacred ability to give life, to nurture innocence, and to build generations with wisdom and tenderness. Her womb is a cradle of compassion, and her arms are a shelter for the weary. When she raises her children with love, faith, and discipline, she becomes the architect of a noble and progressive family, one that upholds the values of truth, respect, and righteousness. Hence, she must remember that the beauty of a male-dominated society is not in its power, but in its dependence on the moral influence of a woman. The world becomes meaningful because of her presence. her softness that balances harshness, her patience that teaches endurance, her humility that brings peace to homes. She is not merely a companion to man, but the essence of civilization itself. When she lives with faith and fear of God, she transforms hearts and inspires generations. In every role she undertakes, be it a daughter, a sister, a wife, or a mother, her modesty and integrity remain her jewels. They shine brighter than gold, for they are the treasures of her soul. She becomes a reflection of virtue, a guardian of honor, and a mirror of divine grace. Such a woman walks through life with calm dignity, loved by her Creator, respected by her community, and remembered for her goodness long after she departs this world.